This is Marcus Corval with Studio MMA and MMA Nuts, and we're here with the man behind the scene, Burt Watson. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm trying to make it, baby. Feeling good. Just got through a weigh-in, so all the pressure and the tension is off. Now I'm feeling like I can go have a brewski.
This is your second office, you said. Normally your office is behind the curtain where the fighters come out of, and this is your second office. What do you do when you're not out there screaming? Because any fighter knows who you are. A lot of people that are not fighters might not know who you are, even though you're becoming more and more recognized. What do you do when you're not back there screaming?
Well, overall during the whole course of the week, man, I'm just trying to do the things that I know the fighters need to get a comfort level, to do what they got to do, because everybody here at this level, baby, can fight. That's what they do. That's what they do for a living. But they need a comfort level in here to be able to do it. So I do all the things, the little things that I don't need them to focus on or think about. I get those things done, workout rooms, dressing rooms, scale for the weigh-in, and rides to and from where they need to be. Right. I just make sure that they don't have to worry about those little things.
And right before we turn on the camera, you were going to tell us your predictions for tomorrow's fights, right?
No, I wasn't. No, you trying to get me. But you know what? Let me tell you something. I got the best seat in the house.
Yes, you do.
That's right on the fence. And I stay on that fence, baby, because when you stay on that fence and you don't fall off to the left or the right, they all love you. But the minute I fall off to the left or the right, then I got a problem. Then I don't have any more fighters. Then I lose them,
But you're also very, very positive, man. You're always energetic. You're always so positive. What makes you mad? When does Burt get angry?
When fighters don't make weight, when they're late or they're disrespectful. Plain and simple. Other than that, there's no room for those kind of things in professional sports. There's no room for those kind of things in this sport. We're all men. We all respect each other. We all got a job to do, hard jobs to do, and it's a lot to get it done. So I have to respect what they got to do to get it done, and they got to respect what I got to do to get it done for them. Everything else, I'm good with it.
How long have you been with the company now? Almost 10 years?
11 years.
11 years.
11 years. My first show was UFC 31.
Oh, that's a while ago. We got UFC 141 tomorrow night.
Hey. I'm still having a good time.
You still having a good time?
Still having a good time, baby.
You having a better time now than you used to?
I'm having the best time I've ever had right now because I've gotten this far.
What's the biggest mess up you've done in the 11 years of your UFC history?
Probably just not taking time to spend more time with my family. And to see my grandkids grow up, things like that. That's it. Other than that, everything else. But then the extension of my family are these fighters because they're all half my age and they're all like my children. So I've seen them grow. I mean, I've really seen them grow. Some of them, and I'm not mentioning no names, I've seen them get their first haircut.
That's the first haircut you see him get?
That's the first time I've seen Uriah with no hair. I mean, first I didn't recognize him because he had that little skull cap on, but now, yeah.
Do you know why he did it?
Guys, I'm doing an interview here, baby. Shut the door.
Did I just see Burt lose his temper a little bit?
No, you see me discipline somebody. Discipline and respect. Those are the two biggest things in life, baby. Discipline and respect.
Agree. Do you know why Uriah cut his hair, shaved his head?
Well, probably because he wanted to change, wanted to do something different. Sometimes when they don't have fights and they've got nothing to do, and change is good. Change is always good. Especially for these guys. Whatever it is that gives them a comfort level, they need to do it.
It was actually a little bit more noble than that. It was for his younger sister who had just had surgery and brain surgery, so that's why he did it. So,
you just talked about that, Burt.
So that's a tribute to that.
Yes.
Yeah, he did say
noble, huh?
That's more than, but that's Uriah.
Good point.
That's the person that he is.
I'm
also old. That's how come I just forgot that from out there to in here. But I said a prayer for his sister because I knew that had happened. I heard it happen when it did, and his guys and everybody was pulling for her, and I understand it's all good now.
Another story that broke this week that was actually very noble as well was Miguel Torres being allowed back into the UFC. First of all, were you aware of that?
I hear things And when it gets to those administrative things, I just kind of listen and let it go, because whatever I think or feel, the decision is going to be made.
Right.
And this is not only a sport, but it's a means to a way of living for these guys. It's how they make their living.
Yeah.
So they got to know that they got to do and say the right things. And, this thing has gotten so huge and so big now, it's not just a lot of fun anymore. It's business, and it's business as usual. I mean, you either do business right or business does you.
He obviously made a dumb comment on Twitter, and what he did was, which was very noble of him, he actually went out to 5 different rape prevention seminars. Oh, it wasn't rape prevention seminars, it was rape centers where they deal with victims. Not on UFC's behalf. Obviously he's been cut and UFC didn't even know about it, but he went out and sat with the people for about an hour and a half, and he said he learned a lot from doing that, and then came up and spoke to Dana and apologized, made an official apology for that. And that's obviously a very noble thing as well. What other noble things over the 10, 11 years that you've been with the company have you seen? What's the moment that stands out to you?
I think that when we reached and hit UFC 100, and I saw the growth of the sport and the guys I've been around since they were little guys for the last 9 or 10 years.
Some of us are still little guys.
Yeah, but to see that, it's noble to see that these guys have that kind of commitment to what they're doing, and to see that, and I'm still learning. There's a lot of technical things that I see and that I'm learning and that I'm getting to understand, and it's when there's loyalty and a commitment, that's nobility.
Appreciate it, but thank you very much. Now, last test for you, Raya. How do you say it in Swedish again?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Right, you just said that. You forgot already?
Let's come back. Studio MMA Notes. See you at the next show. Thank you.
All night long, baby. I appreciate that, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.